What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I've got another one from Twilight time, and it is No Down Payment. So this movie follows a young couple as they head to like a what they expect to be like an idyllic, suburban development area. Like when you think of the suburbs in the 50s, this is what you would think of, like the perfectly manicured lawns. Everything is just so, the camaraderie between neighbors. Everything on the surface is beautiful, and the couple even kind of references that by noticing all of the billboards and stuff for other things promising this great life and a better life. And then they kind of realize, like, hey, we're moving to a place because we were promised a better life there. Once they get there, they start to interact with their neighbors. It's a bunch of different couples of wide personalities and whatnot. One of the characters that really stands out is a used car salesman played by Tony Randall. He's basically kind of pitching the entire theme for the movie, which is that selling somebody on a better life or a better car or whatever, to people that can't afford it. So you're basically selling people something that they can't really have and they can't really afford, and just selling them the idea of something. And that's kind of what keeps coming back up over and over again with all these different couples and all their problems, and there are plenty of problems here. And that's basically what happens in this movie, is just an examination of all these different lives as they intersect within this suburban development area. It's kind of a suburban melodrama. It's a little bit, it's got a lot of different social issues in there, but it's a little bit heavy-handed at times. Some of the issues, though, while they are kind of seem quaint and dated by modern standards, actually hold up pretty well here and are still pretty relevant as far as like racial equality. There's a really hardworking Asian guy that works in the housing development area, but he's not allowed to actually move in there. And we have a character played by Pat Hingle, who seems to be like the voice of reason, who's like, I don't know why they won't let you in, because you would make a great neighbor, you're a hard worker. And he's seeing all these problems that are happening in this supposedly, serene and perfect place, and he just really doesn't know what to do about it, because he's one guy, and if he and he stuck his neck out for people in the past, and it didn't work out, and they kind of resented him for it. And so he's like, I'm doing everything I can for people, and they're not appreciating it if it doesn't go the way they want to. And so I really like his character and the Tony Randall character. But there's a lot of interacting between them, between the characters, and a lot of like personal stories that unfold. So it's not just like you have one straightforward narrative here. You have almost like a soap opera-esque situation where you have all these different personality types crossing. I thought the movie was pretty good. It's not great. It's a little bit soapy. It's a little bit it's quite a bit melodramatic. But it's got a really great cast. It's got Cameron Mitchell. It's got Joanne Woodward, Tony Randall, Pat Hingle. Who else was in this thing? Jeffrey Hunter, Patricia Owens, Barbara Rush. So it's a really good lineup of people, and they really elevate the material. And like I said, some of these social issues are still pretty relevant even now, and it's interesting to see how they were approached back in the 50s when it was a much less progressive social environment. So again, I can't really super recommend it unless you're just a big fan of 50s movies or kind of soapy melodramas. But if you're into that, I think you'll have fun with this one, and if not, you might find it just a little bit too soapy and melodramatic. I don't know. The Blu-ray is from Twilight time. Only extra it has is an isolated music track, but the transfer looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it is fantastic. I don't often rave about the transfers for movies on here, because most of them are just like either really good or just kind of mediocre. This one is absolutely fantastic. The black and white visuals from the movie just absolutely sparkle here. The contrast is absolutely perfect. It's just a really impressive treatment. It's much better than I ever thought this movie could look. So it's definitely worth it with Twilight time. And also, since it is a Twilight time Blu-ray, it is limited to 3,000 copies. So if you want one, make sure you grab it before they sell out. That's my review of the movie and the disc. I hope you liked it. If you want to read my full write-up of the movie, you can go to markfusion.com and check that out, as well as a lot of other Twilight time Blu-ray reviews, as well as a ton of other 50s and other decades of classic movie reviews as well. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at MarkFusion if you want to see what I'm doing there. And you can also go to Letterboxd and follow me and get an idea of what might be coming to the site soon. But like I always say, the best way to help me out is just to hit that sub button. Free, easy, and direct. You can support my channel and help it grow and help me keep watching all these movies and talking to you guys about them. And then also watching old videos is a huge help as well. There's a ton of Twilight time reviews in there, as well as other classic movies. So thank you so much for watching this review. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.